You know what that means? I found a little piece. I found a little piece. I can finish my row. Shh. Talking mushrooms. That's what I'm doing. Ran out of... It's okay. I'm okay. It's gonna be okay. It's okay. I'm fine. It'll be fine. I'm fine. I'm gonna pivot and fix it. I still had 2 rows of the sidewalk. But I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna fix it. It's all good. Hello, my loves, and welcome in. It is Saturday. Another episode of Brunch, Breathe, and Banter. Hey. Hope everyone is having a beautiful Saturday. Let me like my own thing. Let me skip this ad. Did you like that? I gave little sprinkles in the chat. I made it rain in the chat. Ooh, 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 ooh. Welcome to all the new members. For any of you that do not know, my members quarterly get treats. So it's good to be a member if you want a treat. Because everybody knows my treats are good treats. They may not be chocolate treats, but they're gonna be good treats. How's this lighting? Ooh, ooh. Ooh, a girl didn't even really look. I don't even get to check for boogers or... Mama Swift! Hi, baby. All right, I didn't get to say hello. Romper, Bomper, Stomper, Boo. Tell me who? There's my niecey girl. Get in here. There's a Juki Wicks. Hi! Hi, nice to welcome in Juki. Oh, can I call you Juki? I don't know. Welcome in. There's my queen and my Mama Swift and my Anna Banana and Terry. Hi, baby. Vivian. Hi, baby. Good to read you. Good, Mama. Yeah, Mama Swift is feeling better. Thank you, everyone that went over. Well, actually, thank you, Lola. Lola. Holy crap! I think Lola may have won that one. So if you guys didn't know, I kind of put a call to arms to help go run some playlists. Lola! She was busy. She wanted that treat. I take it. So, and the winner is Lola. I love her so much. Love her. There's my Leslie girl and Kim Matura. Hello. That is Erica. Thank you for being an angel. We are Charlie's angels. Oh, we're Jaxie's angels. I'm gonna call you on the intercom and be like, I'm gonna roll out. We gotta roll out. We got some things to do in them YouTube streets. So funny. Dab down. You and Jacqueline, shake you when I hug you. Hi, baby. So that is just so y'all know, that is my Deb Dow. Mine, but you can I'll share. Oh, so good. So good. Okay, there's me. I dropped it like it was hot. Who did we get? We got Leslie. Yay, you got a membership. And Jackie. Hey, twinsies. And Daphne and Gwen. Yeah, baby. Hey. Hey. Help a girl out. Hey, hit them Fonzies right now. Don't make me get leather. Pinky is on vacation. All right, there she is. Ella. There's my girl. All right. Yeah, she's listening and resting because she's been at Mama Swift's house for like a week straight. Yeah, oh, that was so great. Every time it would come to Jaxie May sent me, I was like, the village rolled out. I was so happy. But anyway, there's my Candy. Hello, my baby. And Marcy Lynn. Zoom it, zoom. Oh, zoom. Sharon. Good afternoon to you. Let me see. Hold on. And there's my twisted sister. It's almost, we got 7 minutes, Dougie Fresh, and then we're going to breathe with that banter. You see, that's one thing I like about coming on at the time I come on, because we get our 11:11 while we're here together, Stitches. Dink. Jen, get in here. Hi, baby. And there's my scandalous, scandalous, Diva. Just For those of you who know, that's it. That's D Vecino. D is her first name and Vecino, but I call her Diva. Get that? Cherry, 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 mom. There's my cherry. Okay, well, I'm scrolling. All I want to do is zoom, 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 zoom. Amber baby, because she's an Amber baby. And there's Melanie. Mel, say her. Get in here. Oh, Marcy Lynn. See, gotta make it right in the chat. I don't have my sexy phones anymore. Thank you so much. Who got them? Dink and Sharon and Carrie and Aaron and Doris. Welcome to the village. I'm to the bottom. See, look. See, because I'm a hooker in my spare time. It should say I'm a hooker all the time. Because we're going to talk about that too. Because have you guys seen this new little vlog that came out? It came out because they kind of dug into a little beef that was going on with our Olga Poltava last year. And they kind of broke it down and were like, I don't get it. And I was like, I don't either, sisters. I don't either. I was like, don't hate, participate. Auntie. There's my auntie, girl. I love you too, baby. And I've been watching the girls, and they're really, they're trying to crochet. And one of the, I was like, just keep practicing. It's like artwork. Picasso didn't just automatically put a brush. You gotta practice. So they're doing really good. But they were talking about all kinds of things that I want to talk about too, and see what your guys' opinion on this, because we are the Stitchers and we were all up in the middle of all of this that they've been talking about. So we're not going to talk about those actual situations, but I'm going to give my opinion about, what do I got? I got the yarn snobbery, the stitching in public, and pattern / theft. If a chef was to go on that pretense of you stole my pattern, then there would be lawsuits everywhere. So we're going to talk about that in a minute. But let me get up in here. Okay, I think I said, Sanita Bonita, pimps in the house. She's a professional in management position. Hello, my mommy. Mom. Holy crap, Mom, it's hot. My AC keeps kicking off. So for those of you, I am fine. I'm fragilistic, intoxicated, neurotic, and emotional. I don't even, those were some crazy words just came out of that pie hole. But yeah, the fires are bad. I haven't been able to go outside. You can hear it in my voice. I went outside to, I'm just talking about that right now, Mel. Oh my gosh, the fires, my eyes are constantly watering. Like I can feel them watering right now. Yeah, it's bad because I'm surrounded by it. So Chelan, right up the road, is on fire. Spokane, I hope my family is okay. I have family there. My uncle is there, and my auntie, and I hope they're okay. I gotta check. And then we've got, let's see, Spokane. And now Leavenworth is on fire. And when the winds come in and they pull out to the coast, it pulls it all towards us. I was like, Poseidon, from the water, and blow it that way. But yeah, we've just been staying inside, and I went outside to water the plants. I had to get back inside right quick, snap, in a hurry. Yes, I did. Oh, Auntie. Thank you. Let's see who got him. That's so funny. Okay, she got one of her own memberships. That happens sometimes when you've had a membership and you don't anymore. Sometimes it'll give you your membership back. That is so awesome. We got Mary. Good Mary and Charlie and LA Designs and Simply Complicated. Okay. Yeah, oh gosh, the snow, and it's not that it's the smoke, it's not that the burning, it's what's burning. It's not just forest that's burning. I mean, Spokane got leveled. you just see neighborhoods just gone. Yeah, I did. I started them back up, Auntie. For those you don't know, hooking and stitching island style, that's Antoinette, and I call her Auntie. It's Auntie, you know, shorter. Yeah, I started them back up because I found out that my faux pas was not because of the channel. It was because I don't know how to do my W-2. I don't have minor children anymore, even though I still run the freight on them. So I turned them back on, and I adjusted some things. I took one of them away. Hi, Chris. Welcome in, baby. I took one of the tiers away. I just have 2 tiers now. So there's the Shipping Angels and then the What You Whippin' On crew. And the Shipping Angels are exactly that. You're going to help me with shipping because I ship a lot of things. And I have, you know, when I do my things, my words, what are they? I need to spokalize. Sandra, I stole your word and I ran. I grabbed that stitch and ran. Spokalize, that's a good one. Spokify it. I gotta put it to words. But oh, sorry. See, I got distracted reading chat. What I told it by spokalizing words and started reading the chat because the chat's going across my face. Stevon, get up in here. Yes, use the words. It's right. We love it. Maureen, hi baby, get in here. Yeah, the spokalizing. I did. I said skirt, and I squirreled and said, what were we talking about? It's okay. It had words in it. Y'all know. Scheiße. I was talking about something good, too. Somebody, Mama Swift will be like, for real? Are you serious? Spokalizing the words. Yeah, I haven't seen. See, and words is a thing today. Words, they're honey. As long as they're kind. I'm gonna say that again. Don't hate, participate. You know what? We have forgotten. The elders have said, if you ain't got something nice to say, don't say nothing at all. But you know what they forgot to leave out? So you don't get a swift kiss in the mouth. We'll go roll around in the backyard. See? Go meet me out back. How about that? This is it right here. For real though. Okay, so I got the book to try to stay focused today. Chris, you don't want me to drink any more coffee. Honey child, you do not want me to drink no more coffee. Okay, so I have been doing some things. 106, get out of here, Marcy Lynn. I don't know why. Do you live in Hades? What? Holy shiza. I'm over here complaining that it's going to hit the 80s. I'm going to get a swift. See, she'll get you. I'll make her roll out. What is happening here? Oh, see. Oh, see. See. Oh, all this hair. I almost cut it and then went, yeah, no. Yeah, oh, that's too hot. Red solo. I do have many of those. 85. Yeah, you know what? I think it's only like 60 something. I'll go approaching 70. Maybe it's in the 70s. I don't know. It's just too hot. Thank you, Chris. I just kind of brushed it and blow dried. I did blow dry it a little bit today to try to keep these bangs from itching my face. It is Satan's hot tub, and we got bubbles. Yeah, stay inside, Sanita. Sanitas. I was talking about Sanita the other day. Her ears must have been ringing out her head, and that's where this came from. This is what I was doing. The squirrel left turn, Clyde. I'm whipping on another heirloom wedding blanket. I'm doing the sidewalk right now. And this is my Wildflower Oasis. And I just thought that this yarn right here was absolutely perfection. Stitch's kiss for the sidewalk. And it's that, you know, back when I did that right there. I don't do that no more though. Was the Yarn Bee. It was the lobby of my hobby. You know, the clearance, really? See, I needed to do that 11:11 4 minutes ago. Breathe, recenter. Focus. Hi, Daniel and Ashton Oslo, if you're there. But I had this, and it's a Sweet Divinity Mountain View, and I used this. This is what I used to make my original Flower Valley. And Sunita, I told her, girl, you could frog that for the yarn. It's a slanket, man. It is a scarf, but it turned into a blanket. She could like roll up in it, but it's perfect for that. See, you can't see that. Oh, that light almost blows it out. But if y'all know, there's like little flecks of brown and stuff in it, and I just thought it was perfect for the sidewalk. But yeah, Sunita, she still, I was like, girl, if you frog that, I am not mad, because this yarn is, I love this yarn, the Yarn Bee Sweet Divinity. Yeah, $1.37 I got that for, but I thought one little donut would be enough. I had to take out 2 rows. I had to wind it up because that's all I have left. But she loves her blanket. It's a shawl that turned into a blanket. Legit, it is a triangular shawl by Sis Homemade and called Flower Valley. You guys see me, I'm doing it in that lace weight stuff. And or is it sport weight? It's the 2-weight cotton millets. And it's longer than she is. I bet it's soft though. I bet it's comfortable. I mean, you could lay that over, you tuck your feet in, you could like wrap it around you. And so good. See, and my cough was almost gone. And then I just had to go outside and do some gardening. It was terrible. My lungs my lungs do not like foreign substance at all. Okay. So for those of you, I did get my What You Whippin' on. It took like 3 hours for that thing to upload. It's 45 minutes. And of course, so I'm talking Wednesday, and it was Thursday morning when you actually saw it. I got messages, what are you doing up so late? I was like, for real, the struggle is real. I was up late. Like last night, I was up so late. She's like, Kim, did I bring it in here? Where's Flower Valley? Is it in my Deb Dow bag? Oh no, not this Deb Dow bag. This is in my Deb Dow bag. See, that's a little bit of me and a little bit of her. It's my Deb Dow bag. Where's my? Here it is. It's in my knitted ball sack. It's in my little ball sack. Knitted. So this is Flower Valley. So I have to show you so you can kind of see. So this shawl right here, you can see how it is, and you can see the progress. Sorry, she's all, because she was bundled up. Well, I did this, so I'm using this is a Jovi cake. I believe this is 1 weight with a 3.5 millimeter hook. Look at how tiny, okay? Instead of using the yarn that it called for, I used Sweet Divinity, okay? So this shawl that's supposed to come right about to your waist went to the floor. And Sunita won a make from me a couple of years ago when I made that, and I was like, you know, I have this right now if you're interested. And I showed it to her. She's like, yes. And so she wanted it, and when she got it, she laughed so hard, because if she put it around her and walked, it dragged on the ground because it was so long. So we're calling it's a shawl blanket. A schlanket. That's a schlanket. So the long version. Oh, so good. So good. Right? I would think that it would. I mean, you know, like if you just need a little throw, like just it's not quite freezing outside, like she ain't in the snow. You know, Nana, Michelle, hi baby. You know, I think it's because I've already made it. I just look at my graph and go. I kind of just look at the row and see what it is and know kind of their cadence. So I haven't really been counting too much. Only when you're putting in the bases, you know, like when you got to do this single crochet, chain 3, skip 3, little counting like that. But that's it. Thank you. And in October, September, the end of September, somebody's gonna win this. This is one of the member treats. So see, you can see I just finished the flowers, and I'm starting on the next section. But yeah, this is gonna be for somebody, a member. And if a member wins one of the Jaxie makes, don't fret, my pet, if it's not your jam, it's not your color, it's not your style, you don't wanna, it's all good. We'll work it out. I'll give you some yarn or maybe a gift card, or you can go shopping somewhere. But that's kind of my thing is I give out hugs. That's because what it is because I'm not there to do it myself. You put that around you, get a little tug, and get a Jaxie hug. That's what I do. Thank you, Angela. Yeah, oh yeah, Joby cake. That, I mean, it's that untwisted sawmill gun. Yeah, she tests my patience regularly. Right, you never know. You know, right, Maureen? You just really never know. Yeah, Sharon has girls and boys. I have to say boys now because we have a lot of boys in our community. Sway, hi baby. I think to date, in 6 years, I have, can I just say hundreds? That's why you'll see some shorts in there. I'll say, here's a hugger 30. Those are all hugs that I have given away. So give it away, give it away, give it away now. What I got to get to put it on you. It's I think I'm upwards to about 300 shawls that I've given out. That's not including the blankets. But that was one of the big things. I used to do this hug for you and a hug for me. And I would make a hug that I wanted to make, and I'd make a duplicate and give it away. So, yeah, I'm bringing it back. We going back. Yeah, Sunita's got multiple. I've got multiple from Sunita, too. I remember when we did the Wonderland. This stitch is a Wonderland. And, girl, that must have taken forever. It was a make-along we did with Hobie. That was, it's one of my most it's on my chair right there. I can't reach it, but I put it on my chair. This chair, I have a chair right here that you guys see me film from there sometimes. And it's right there to go over my legs because it's beautiful. It's cotton. It kind of is a ministry because I'm sending out all the love vibes. Right, yeah, oh yeah, it is for, yeah, yeah, you stay around in this village and you will probably get something, more likely than not, because I don't know. I used, oh, that's what I was going to say. I used to get so upset, like in my heart. You know, I would take the time, make something that I think is beautiful. Of course, I think it's beautiful. That you hear that, the I word, and then I would give it out, and you know, you see someone go, oh, thanks. You even know me and my colors, you know. But what I mean, maybe that was me trying to have someone break out of there. Just put it on, stitch, and maybe you'll like it. So, but I used to really take it to heart. If if someone like you, I can tell you many years ago when the channel first started, I had made a blanket for a loved one. And, you know, I was really proud of it. I mean, it was one of my first blankets that wasn't just one stitch through the whole thing. I really, you know, took care. About a year later, I went to this person's house and saw my blanket in the dog house. Like, she put it there for her dog to sleep on. I was like, that yarn was so expensive. Okay. But, and it broke my heart. And then not but a couple of months later, I go to open the closet and the second blanket that I made for her was balled up in a ball in the bottom of the closet. And I was like, and I really I was like, you're not getting nothing from me ever again. And I was like, and Mama Swift had to grab me by my ear and she was like, so? Did you make it out of love? Did you give it out of love? Once it left my hands, my energy stops there. What they do with it is their energy to hold, not mine. If they give it away to a freaking thrift shop, if they sell it, like I've had someone sell some of my stuff before that was given as a gift. That's not my place. What you do with it because that's what, it's not mine anymore. Now it's yours. So I took my energy away from that. Ooh, something just disappeared. I took my energy away from that and my offense from it and said, no, because then all that energy, all that time, all that love and blessings and every stitch is gone. And then I'm no better. And again, what you choose to do with a gift is your business, not mine. Right? Absolutely. Absolutely. So let's talk about some things. I want to talk about, there is these vloggers, whatever you want to call them. These two stitches. I can call them stitches now because they've been crocheting. And it's called Tea of the Town. And these two girls crack me the AF up. I was like, you know, something just caught my eye because I saw some hate, you know, they're like, really? So I watched and now I'm hooked. And they got some valid points. And, you know, of course, as we call them, the trolls or the comment trolls come out. You have no business in your opinion. I was like, did you hear the words that you said there, though? Their opinion is none of your business. Right? Unless you agree. If you disagree, move along. Move along. Again, that swift kiss in the mouth if you don't got nothing nice to say. So, yes, right, Nana Michelle? And the girls were just talking. Am I the asshole? That's the thing that they were working on is, am I the asshole? And I'm gonna say it too because there's no other way. I'm the asshole. And they were talking about, they had, you know, these comments of people asking them, am I the jerk here? Opinions really should be heard. And the topics that they were talking about were yarn snobbery, stitching in public, and pattern theft. And so can we talk about yarn snobbery? I have been called a yarn snob, even though I have everything from recycled fibers to the most expensive red heron, you know, $100 a hank yarn. Now, as we have said in this, I'm not watching the chat because I got to pay attention. Mama Swift, I'm not watching the chat right now. I see big novels coming through, but I'll lose my train of thought. When I have been saying this for 6 years, and as long as my voice has been on this dadgummit right here, is every yarn, every hook, every project has its purpose, okay? Now, you're not going to want to take a, something, you know, a yarn that feel like peaches and concrete. You're not going to want to make a garment out of that unless you know. See, that's the thing. That's the thing. A lot of times yarns, like when we grab it like this and we haven't worked it yet, is not what this yarn is going to feel like after you launder it. Now, I can attest, Red Heart Super Saver. Now, they say that is like the Brillo pad of yarns. Yes, when it's first coming out of the skein. It is. And I'm sorry, but my fingers are tough from it. I don't mind it. It has beautiful stitch definition. And you cannot say nothing about the colorways. Their color palettes are fire. So again, love Red Heart Super Saver. But when you're working with it, it's like Brillo pad. How many stitches have actually washed the project afterwards? It's like butter. I made one of my really good friends, has a special needs child, and Daisy loves, you know, she puts blankets that are bright colored, so I used Jazzy. And I believe it was Timber Trails. It was one of Juan's square blankets that I did. I thought it was Timber Trails. It might have been one of the older ones, but anyway, I digress. And I was like, and when I was first working it, I was like, because I didn't have a lot of experience with Red Heart Super Saver, okay? And I was like, is it still gonna, so I swatched a little piece, and because I also put Go for Faux fur around the edge, and because I had done this border on a blanket before, washed it, and it still stayed nice. You just can't put it in the dryer on high heat. That's what ruins it. Acrylic and heat do not mix. So if you have a real side note, if you have something that you washed and dried it and it turned to plastic, that's what you just did. You ruined your project because you used heat. Don't use heat in acrylic, it's plastic. Okay, now back. And after, it was the softest, and it still had the brilliant colors, and it was gorgeous. She loves it, and I see Daisy with it over her hospital bed all the time. So that's a big factor. But so this yarn snobbery thing. Now, if I'm making a sweater, that's a smaller project, about 1,000 to 1,500 yards. That is expensive. That's like going to be $300-400 in yarn if you use hand-dyed yarn. I don't know many people, but I know people that can afford that and don't care and will spend that. You know, the cost, the value of a yarn is how much you'll spend on it. But when it comes to, look at this right here. Look at this right here. This is beautiful. It's soft. It's 100% cotton. It's going to shrink once I finally do wash it, but it's beautiful. And if you didn't know, you would not know that this is a value yarn from Joann Fabrics. Get that I got for like $2 a skein. If I was to have made this Artisanal Arches Blanche, this is a Swancho, if I would have made that out of hand-dyed yarn, it would have cost me $400. So, and I don't know about you, but when I am learning a new project, doing a new project, I don't want to waste my high-end yarn by making a project and then having to frog it. I want to be comfortable. I want to know the pattern before I use my high-end yarns. Again, to make a blanket out of high-end yarn, you're going to cost $1,000. So, now here comes the snobbery, okay? I'm going to say it again, I don't hate, I participate. Every yarn has its purpose. And I will tell you, it's the attitude that comes with it. Okay, that is where the snobbery comes in. And we have some judgy stitches in this community. You used acrylic? Oh my God, I would never. Oh my God. Oh my God. Like, oh my God. Mean Girls. There's Mean Girls everywhere. Just like, oh, did you see those shoes she was wearing? That is so last year's Coach bag. Oh my God. Girl, you don't know my situation. I have thousands of dollars worth of hand-dyed yarn up in my yarnery, but I only use that on special projects. And a donation blanket is not going to be made out of hand-dyed yarn. Are you serious? Because I got to make so many of them. But again, it's that hate attitude, like you're looking down your nose at me because I use acrylic. And you would never? Well, good for you. You want to share some of that money with me? Because I would love to make a blanket out of some hand-dyed yarn, because some of these hand-dyed yarns are gorgeous and they're soft and they're beautiful. Now going back to that, oh, I would never make that sweater out of a value yarn. And the thing with our what's that called? The landfills. And okay, so you take a sweater that you've made for a child and it's made out of superwash merino wool or just regular wool or a blanket out of wool. That mother is cussing you, because not only can you not wash it, you have to lay it flat to dry, and it leaches, like you lose all the beautiful colorway every time you wash it. And how many kids do you know aren't going to get that blanket dirty? They're going to drag it through the freaking mud. So yes, I know, like Lexi, she doesn't want things next to Jordan in acrylic. So use bamboo or cotton or the superwash merino. Then those are smaller projects, of course. But for that being, because some people will say that the acrylics leach because it is plastic. Acrylic is made out of plastic. Okay? Recycled acrylic, be careful. Because that is recycled plastic. Garbage. It's made out of garbage. It's not all just yarn that's been respun and redone. It's recycled. Okay? So again, going back to that. The yarn snobbery, again, it's good. For me, it's that attitude that comes with it. It's that you walk into a yarn shop and you see all the knitters and you say, oh, I'm crocheting and she crochets. She must only use acrylic. Who are you to judge me? You need a hug, honey. Do you need a hug? Did your mother not tell you she loved you? I'm like, who are you to judge? That's like telling me that I'm some kind of piece of garbage because I drive a Mazda instead of a Tesla. It's all that judgy crap. But I'm over it. I'm so over it. Because again, every yarn has its purpose. Okay? And what I choose to use is none of your business. If you'll never use it, that's your choice. But you're not going to shame me because I use acrylic. And then I'm going to use acrylic on that beautiful sweater. Because you know what? Your sweater will be in the landfill before mine will. Mine then becomes an heirloom and has been passed down to great-grandchildren and still looks like the day they made it. Just saying. I'm looking at a blanket right now over my chair on the other side of the room that my great-grandmother made for my father when he went to college. I'm looking at it right now, and it looks as bright and as brilliant as the day she made it. If that was made out of wool, it would be in the landfill. Just saying. Acrylic lasts. It can be washed. It can be laundered. High traffic. The child's blanket or child's sweater. Right? Isn't that what it's about? You're not going to make something that's not washable for a child. Yes, they can wear it once and then never again. Oh my God. Mean Girls. So I am not a yarn snob. I'm a yarn connoisseur, and I will use my yarn for whatever I want. Mind your own business. As my Rain used to say, worry about your own self. So, oh, you want to see? Hold on. Hold, please. Then I'll go get it. It's right here. It's hanging over my chair. Look how brilliant. This blanket is like 70 years old. My dad would have been in his 70s. Look at it. It still is brilliant, and this thing has been washed like 100 times. That's my blankie. That's my blankie from my grandma. And my stepmom was like, "Oh, would you?" And I said before she, yes, yes, heirloom acrylic. If that would have been made out of wool, I would not have it right now. Somebody would have thrown it away. In fact, I was looking at that the other day. It's kind of like it almost looks like a granny stitch, but she did some color work in between. I wanted to figure out what stitch it is because it's beautiful. It's vintage. It's like almost 100 years old. Right, Kim? Kimberly, I have big old chills right now. Gooster pimples. But, okay. Crochet Queen, what yarn is that from? Oh, crap. I'm behind. I'm not sure where that. Mama Sweat. I'm not sure which one. Right. It is bad, Mom. It is. There's a lot of like the plastic, like the BPA or whatever that stuff is. It's not good for you. Yes. Yeah, I mean, it is acrylic. Yeah, I can tell because if it was wool, it would not be. It would be falling apart with how many times it was washed. And the colors would not. They would be all dull and muted, and because the yarn, the dye comes out of the yarn. Every time you wash wool, you lose some of your color. You show me a wool blanket that's, I'll just say 60 years old because he was going into college. No, he would have been almost 80. Holy crap, my dad would have been 80 in his 80s. And you show me that it has the bright colors like that. I got you. I will retract and put out a public service announcement and apologize to everybody. For real. It does. It almost looks like a 3 double crochet cluster with some other little cluster with the black in between. I'm gonna dig in and do a tribute to my great grandma. But okay, so let's talk. Let's leave the yarn alone because I'll go on for 25 minutes. Oh look, I did. But don't hate, participate. That's it. Nobody needs your negative comments. That's it. Just be nice. It's easier to be nice. It's more what is that called? It's more rewarding to be nice. And you don't even know what you're making. But yeah, and again, it comes to the snobbery. I'm just going to say one last thing. It's the way you treat people that makes you a snob. Not because I prefer to use hand-dyed yarns or I prefer something. My preference does not make me a snob. My attitude in talking to other people about what they're using and what I'm using and being judgy is what makes you a yarn snob. Look up the word snob. Look it up again. Look it up. Okay, now the next one I really want to talk about is the stitching in public. So they were talking. There was a lady, she was at a concert or a show, a musical show, intimate, not like a rock concert where the clacking of her needles, the tink 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 of her needles was distracting. Now, I do not agree at all with the lady that asked her to move or to stop knitting because it was distracting her. Stitch, get up off your tuchus and move yourself. Why would you stop her? You don't know why she's knitting in public. I stitch in public due to anxiety. Okay? I used to smoke. And I didn't smoke when I was at home. Sorry, mommy. I didn't really smoke. But when I was out in public, we'd go to the bars, go dancing, do whatever. It was an anxiety thing for me to just stand there. No, I get anxious. No, I had to be doing something, and it's a conversation builder, and so I knit to keep myself busy during the down times. And what other people don't understand is 90% of us, not all of us, 90% of us, and not all the time, but most of the time, I can carry on a full conversation with you, and I'm listening. I will look up, and I can stitch without losing our conversation. You're not being ignored. I'm not ignoring you. I am listening. I am participating. I'm enjoying being together, but I'm knitting, or I'm crocheting, or I'm working my fiber in public. Now, again, the way the lady, I mean, doesn't matter how nicely she said it. If you had the opportunity to move yourself, why would you ask her to move? You move. So then the next one was a family member that said that every time this lady interacts outside of her home, in her home, every time you see her, she's crocheting. And that she banned it from her house, so every time her sister-in-law comes over, she can't crochet in her home. Well, Stitch, I ain't coming over then. Most of it's because I'm trying to get something finished. Number two, it's because instead of just sitting there with my hands in my lap while everyone's talking, the downtime, I'm crocheting. It's something to keep my hands busy. Again, goes right back to an anxiety thing. It's a way to deal with social anxiety. It keeps my brain busy. It keeps me from, like if I'm at a party or whatever and I'm sitting and I'm crocheting and I'm just being quiet and being to myself, it's keeping me out of the kitchen because I'll snack all day. If I'm using my hands, I can't be snacking because, you know, I got 2 tons of fun. I got a busted bag of biscuits going on right now. And so again, it's my way of dealing, you know, social interactions. But for this person to say, crocheting's banned in my home. If we go out, you can't crochet. Who are you to tell me what? I could be smoking cigarettes and blowing it at you. I mean, you never know. But that to me is like a jealousy thing. Like if someone else is saying, put your crochet down and pay attention to me. Okay, there's a time and a place. Of course, if you're sitting having lunch with someone, I'll put my crochet away. But if you get up to go to the bathroom and you're going to be gone for 10 minutes, I'm going to pick my stuff up and I'm going to do a couple rows. And then I'll put it back away. I mean, again, time and a place. Right? Right? So, and I just saw so many people chime in with, it's a social anxiety thing. It keeps me from getting anxious. You know, I'm working on a deadline. I'm working on an order that I have to get out. So I either stay home and work on my order and cancel coming to see you, or you're going to see me stitching in between things. So I feel like it's an understanding, giving someone grace. And again, taking a moment to say, why do you crochet all the time everywhere? Well, why do you smoke cigarettes? Why do you, I don't know, go jogging every day for 5 miles? I mean, it's none of your business? I don't know. It just feels so judgy again. All this judgy. Worry about your own self over there, and I'm going to be over here doing myself and what I do. But it's none of your business. None of your business. Good Lord have mercy. Yeah. Okay. Now the last one. We got just about 10 minutes here that I really want to talk about is the pattern theft. Okay. I couldn't help it. I had to chime in and make a comment. I usually am just a watcher. I don't like to engage in the drama. But this one I really had to say something. And so I posted a comment, and the girls reached directly out and were like, so on point. And the thing is okay, so a pattern is like a recipe. And so if Emerald Lagasse, I use him because he's old school, bam, because I love him. He writes a cookbook. You learn cooking and you're doing all I've used okay no let me rewind let me start that one over. I take artisanal arches. Okay, this is a paid for pattern from Juan the Yard Addict. It is a circular blanket called artisanal arches. I can say it now, arty arches. I had a really hard time with that word, artisanal. And I took his pattern, I familiarized myself with it, and instead of a blanket, I turned it into a sweater. Okay? Now, people came out of the woodwork. You've stolen his pattern, you didn't use it for the intent. Get out of my inbox. Are you serious? Okay, so I go to Stitch Academy. I learn a stitch. Just like I did with the other hug, the cotton zero weight, oh my God yarn. I learned the kaleidoscope stitch, got myself really familiar with it, and then used it in a pattern, okay? I didn't steal his pattern. I always give, it's like the cited work with plagiarism. You know, you say where you got your information from. I learned a stitch and I used it. Even if I took this entire pattern and moved things around and like took out this big holy section, the holy section here, it's still his pattern. I cannot then go and write my own pattern and say that it's mine. No, because the silhouette is his. The stitch placement is his. If I just use the top and then the rest of it is mine, I am going to say, in the yoke of my sweater, I learned this section from this. It's just like writing and publishing written work. You have to use your work cited, so you're not plagiarizing someone. It's the same thing. So again, like going with recipes. I took a recipe. Okay, well, I'm not using bell pepper. Instead of bell pepper, I'm going to use carrot. Down here, he calls for, 3 tablespoons of butter. I'm going to use avocado oil. It's still his recipe. I cannot then go and, if I go and I then take that recipe with my alterations and make my own recipe, it's still his recipe, but it's been adapted or modified to now be my recipe, right? But the recipe is still his, right? Get in here, Sammy Jazz. So there's a fine line. Now, when I see the girls were talking about this, her name was Bree. She took a Betty McNitt's star pattern, and she was having a really hard time following it. As you could tell, a lot of people were having a hard time following. If they weren't, then why would she have these hour-long lives helping people and all these supplemental things? So light bulb went off. I was like, okay, yeah, I had a hard time too. I bought the 6-day kid blanket, never ended up making it because I was having such a hard time. I was like, you want me to put what where? But anyway, so they have the video tutorials and the video things, and she goes live to help you. Well, what this girl did was took the pattern. Yes, she said she took the pattern, copy pasted it, and then went in with her own verbiage to give herself a tool to be able to follow the pattern. Okay. Where it went awry was she shared that document with her community. That is not okay. That part is not okay. If she tried to sell it, that part is not okay. But if it's a verbatim copy of Betty's pattern, then no, that is not okay. Because now you're distributing someone else's pattern. That it's a pay-for pattern. And I agree with that part. But the part I don't agree with was the cease and desist and telling her she could not do that because she has every right to take that pattern and make notes for herself so she could follow the pattern. Simplify and keywords and things like that. She has every right to do that. Don't tell me I can't take the garlic out of that recipe. But again, where she went awry was sharing that full pattern, paid for pattern, with her community. Now, if she just would have showed snippets where she had altered and wrote notes, show the notes. But where she went faux pas was distributing Betty's pattern. That is a paid for pattern. And as soon as she published it, it's copywritten. Now, it's not trademarked because you have to pay for that. But as soon as you publish something, you write it and you publish it, you put it into the world, it's on paper, it is copywritten. So, yeah, so again, I didn't agree with the way they treated her. That was vicious. Lynch mob rolled out and this girl completely closed her doors. I don't think anyone other than Betty McNitz had the right to attack her. Your opinion is your opinion. That was so bad. And that's just like the cyberbullying. Don't you roll out of this village saying nothing about this village right here that don't think you're defending me. I don't want that. I will defend myself. So, yes, that again, because I have done daggum near the same thing. I've taken a pattern, I was having a really hard time with it, made a copy of it, printed it, and then went and just highlighted and took out all of the extra words. Because when patterns are too wordy, you get lost in the pattern. And then I was like, wait, where was I? Where was I? And I had one, well, you can't alter someone's pattern. Absolutely I can. Absolutely I can, because once I purchase it, it's mine. Now I can't distribute that said rework because that's where you go sideways. Right? Yeah, see, and it's that lynch mob mentality. And we know that happens. You think you're defending someone. You think that you're protecting someone. Stop that right now. We can defend ourselves. We don't need you to go attack someone on our behalf. That's where they got me, and I was like, shame on you. Shame on you. That is a private conversation that can be had with the person that you have a problem with. You ain't got to air your business live or whatever attacking someone. That's not right, because it's not like she was selling it. Yeah. There's been so many people that they roll out thinking you're protecting. You're protecting. No, I can protect myself. And I don't, because it always gets lost in translation. It gets lost in translation and then becomes like I said it. I never said that. That's someone else. No, I'm putting my rings on here, hold my jewelry. Right? I wish we could dance, Mommy. I don't have, I'm not on StreamYard or Restream. I can't do my Jaxi phones anymore. This is straight through. I know, Mom's telling me to get off the soapbox. Mama, but these are very valid things that are going around in society right now. Is, you don't have to protect me. I'll protect myself. And if someone wrongs me, I will handle it. So, yeah. So, yeah. Don't make me get. I don't need a license for my 9mm. But yeah. So again, I mean, okay. So this one right here. So my Wonder Twin got me this beautiful book, you know, for my knitting journey, and there's a pattern in here. There's a pattern in here. I won't show. So this one right here at the bottom, y'all have. I took the graph. I'm not showing the graph. So this pattern right here, I didn't quite like how it was flowing, so I adjusted some things and went on about my day. Now, it's still this book's pattern. I modified it. Now, if I was to take that modification, put it to thing, I guess it could still be considered that it's still plagiarism, but that's where the fine line is. That's where the fine line is. It's when you take someone's pattern word for word. Oh, I forgot to, it's called Alternates Stitch Dictionary. 200 modern knitting motifs. I forgot to, it's mirroring. I forgot to turn the thing around. But it's from Amazon. It's a wonderful book. Isn't she precious? It's a wonderful book. And because I love graphs. And it's the, Mama Swift knew I was playing with color work. And there is some beautiful, there's one, you guys, they're little sheep. There's spiders and elephants. And look, there's little sheep. Oops, sorry. See, they're little, oops, shit. They're little sheep. But, I mean, for real, like right there. If you wanted to screenshot that, zoom in and try to get that, that's where we get in trouble, you know. But if someone's going to go through that length, they're going to do that whether I showed that little snippet or not. But, again, what I think it's the silhouette of things. It's like, you know, like if I was to take this and word for word, slap my name on it, call it something else, that to me is plagiarism. But if I take what I have learned from one, create my own, you know, I'll take his twins in a stitch over here, and then 3 peas in a pod over here, and my crisscross, and then here I want some hot cross buns, and I'm using stitches that I have learned and practiced through his things, and I put it into a project. That's mine, right? Because my brain did the math. My brain put the stitches together. My brain worked out the pattern to put these stitches that we have now. It's just like cooking. It's just like cooking. You know, you can't go after me for making New England clam chowder and making a recipe and publishing it, because it's like, you don't own the stitches, but the silhouette is where you get into the gray areas. So just don't do it. If it feels wrong, it probably is. Right? If it feels wrong, it probably is. All right? So, yeah. Good night, Maria. Oh, I have a note here. I did some tips and tricks on what you're whipping on. And I had shown how when you take, I didn't bring it, but there on the knitting needles, sometimes there's a hole, and you can put some thread through there, and it helps you put your lifeline in. You just stitch, and as you stitch, it pulls your lifeline through. Now, I have to say that I figured out that there are situations that you cannot use that. If you're using stitch macas, it won't work. You have to, put in your lifeline, and then the next row is when you have to put in your stitch macas. Because I'm working on a test right now for one, a knitted wrap, asymmetrical wrap, that I'm using my stitch markers every 4 stitches to help me with this pattern so I don't mess up. But when I did that and I tried to use that method, it doesn't work because it puts the string through the stitch markers. So that technique of putting in a lifeline works if you don't use stitch markers. Or when you're putting it through, that row doesn't have stitch markers in it. Okay? So really loved it though. It was a really easy way to put in your lifeline without having to come in then with a darning needle and take 1 stitch at a time. Yeah, the lifeline. Loved my needles. I love my new needles. Let's see. Okay, I'm just making sure. Oh, and then this one. The cows and the mouths. One little tip of advice, because I've done both. I've got the Jax It Up Make Along, the Jax It Up Mal 2026. That's our hand dyed yarn. It doesn't matter what project. It's just a project being done in hand dyed yarn. And then a cowl is when you have a specific pattern that everybody's making. Different yarns, but the pattern is what you're doing. Now, if you're ever going to put together a mal or a cowl, you have to do your research first. So you as a content creator or a cowl mal presenter, one tip, make the pattern first. Make the pattern first. Because if you get into it, I've done that before. I did, it was it MJ or was it Brianna K? They were doing the cables. It was this beautiful cable, and they do surface work cables instead of doing post stitches. You're working in the front 2 little bars, and that's where I got my left loop V little double front post double crochet was from them. And I said, let's do a cowl, let's do this one. I got 5 rows into that and went, oh no, I should have made it first before I said, hey, let's make this, and people went out and bought it, because it was really clunky. You can't use chunky yarn like it called for. And it just was really heavy, and the back of it was just not my jam. But instead of, yarn choice would have been everything on that pattern. So that's where you got to do your research, stitches. You got to work the pattern before you do a cowl or a mount, or do a cowl. Because yeah, what happened to Olga was not okay. That was not okay. Last year over some socks. No, I didn't agree with that wholeheartedly, the way Olga was attacked. But then she came out like a gentlewoman and a scholar and was like, ha, you want to bum 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 bum. She had all this evidence and was like so calm, never said anything foul, just said, and through the whole thing, I was like, girl, you need a hug. But you got to also consider the camp and where it's coming out of, Someone that's constantly, that's not going to change. So, just, again, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, shut your hole. And that goes to anyone. I'll even say it to myself. I'll start, because I'm human. I am human. And I get twisted up too. Y'all have seen me go after someone. I'm like, you don't know me. You guys really don't. You don't know where I'm from. You don't know how I was raised. You don't know what I'm capable of. You don't know me. And some words that could come out of someone else's mouth directed at me, honey, if you weren't behind that screen, it would be a whole different situation. Just saying. And that's where, again, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, shut it. Shut it. Nobody cares. Shut it. Even if I agree with you. Shut it. Pie hole, shut. It's just not worth the energy. Knock it off. Knock it, the French doors off. Because we want to dance, yo. Yeah, oh, I love Olga Poltava. She is a class act. Yeah, and she is an amazing designer. That's all I have to say. I have a couple of them along with Olga. My Ruby Stedman, love my Ruby. Ruby is amazing. I learned all my color work from her and the knitting, and she also crochets and she does the nails and all that. So yeah. Shut it. And again, if you want to be wicked, something wicked this way goes. It ain't coming in this house. Right? All right. Well, I am finished off this soapbox. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this episode of Brunch, Breath, and Banter. Because, you know, I'm going to come out. I'm going to come out swinging. But, yeah, had a really great time. I am really enjoying this new kind of shift in the content. You know, do the What You Whipping On as a recorded thing where I show you the things. And then here we just kind of conversate. And you guys get me and all of me and my silliness. Yeah, I tried to do some of the silliness on the What You Whipping On, and it felt weird. It's like, I still did it though. Just got to be silly. That is, and that's where I'm gonna. Yes, I am still creationsbyjax.com. All that's still available. I still have the website. Mama Swift's patterns are there. My patterns are there. You can see all of my beautiful things. I do need to put some new beautiful things. Like this beautiful thing needs to go on there. But if you still go to the .com, that is still up and running. Then, Mama Swift is she's like, get out of here with that. I was like, didn't even get a chance to read that. But that is still the only thing. I did close the Etsy store. And there was only one paid for pattern, and that was Dawn's beanie. Where's my $2? But that's not a thing anymore. So the Dawn's beanie is a tutorial. There is a written pattern. I think, let me write a note. I need to put that on the website. Dawn's beanie. And you know, oh, real quick, Juan, I got a note to self. Tell Juan. He was talking about his new, it's just a hat, and it's just a beanie. And how he added the little fold-up brim on it. And he was like, I'm not going to do a tutorial for this new beanie. No, what you need to do is a tutorial to add a brim to a beanie to take it from, first it was a beanie, now it's a hat. Because we all have lots of beanies, and I don't wear them because I don't prefer them either. I like the little flap so I can cover my ears or whatever, or make it a slouchy. You know, it's more, what is that? It flows a little better. So I have questions. Hugs are free. No, I never put that back up. That's the Wonder Twin shawl. Adele! There's my girl. Check your Instagram. You scared the crap out of me. Love you, baby. No. I know we need to fix it. Mama Swift was turning it into a blanket. I need to do the macaw. I need to get the macaw crochet out there. Just, you know, Nana, Mommy wants a Snoopy hat. She wants a hat with Snoopy ears that come down and cover the ears. I'm going to end up having to make my own. But, oh, Hermosa, I love you. Te amo. Yeah, so let's see what else. I think that's it. Yeah, turn a beanie into a brim hat. Cause that could easily, he could just take one of his old beanies. I'm gonna have to email him. I'm gonna text him. Be like, hey, do a tutorial how to convert a beanie into a hat. Kisses, baby. I got all them ideas. But, all right, I think that's it. We're going to go. I need to make pancakes. I am feeling pancakes and bacon and eggies with my maple syrup. Yep, I'm gonna go make pancakes. Yes, have a beautiful day, everyone. Hugs, love, and lots of cheer. We will see you in them YouTube streets. We are in week 9 of LOTD. Holy crap, my color is yellow. Yeah, I love Luck of the Draw. And Mama Swift. Everybody wants Rosa Kisses, textured C2C, and Farmhouse. Chevron. They're harassing me. You do it. I know she can't. We'll work something out. Damn it. I got a new situation. I need to have a comfortable space to have the camera and be comfortable to knit and show you guys how to do stuff. So yeah, get right on that. She's working on it right now. Okay. I love you, honey bunnies. I am the OG bunny. I've had a great day today. Thanks for letting me be on a soapbox and kind of talk about the things. Because, you know, again, shut it. I'm going to shut mine right now. My pie hole needs some pie in it. Ziggy! There's my zigs. Thank you, everybody, for joining me today. And we will see you next week. Again, trying to get those What You Whippin' on Wednesday. And then Saturday, Brunch, Breathe, and Banter. Love you guys. See you next week. And, hey, what do I say? Make beautiful things. Because I am. Bye. Where's the thing? Oh, camera.